Hello, hello, beautiful Lovetarians. This is Natalia PH and Cecile, and we are going to talk to you today about worrying and why this is not something you really want to do because it actually matters, right, Cecile?
Yes, it matters. Don't worry.
Don't worry, be happy. But then again, when we tell people don't worry, or you tell kids don't touch that, what they will do, they will go for it.
It's such an easy saying, but
Yeah. Well, I
yeah,
tell people, just instead stop and become conscious, become present.
yeah,
So let's,
agree.
yeah, good. Let's refresh a little bit, maybe rewind a little bit because we don't know who is with us today. And if people are new to this, maybe they are seeing above this window the message that they need to give permission to StreamYard to show their name, because that is not something that will be available for us during this broadcast. But after the broadcast, if we can see your name, we will answer all your comments and questions, and we can address you by your name, beautiful Lovetarians, right?
Awesome. Let's
And
just and don't forget to share this amazing life with other people who you think that can benefit of it, and you just want to share the love and the light. Please share, share, share. That's the only thing we would love to ask from you.
because now it's been, well, a little over 2 months, and we have already almost 1,300 members, and we want this community to grow, support each other. And how can we grow it? When, of course, if everybody's sharing, right? If you share those videos, they might even go viral if you let it, if you help.
And we would really appreciate it because we so want to spread the love and the light and uplift everybody's energy with all the worrying going on in the world that we're not worrying.
Exactly. And also, this is, I believe, 14th video we have recorded, and previous videos are available in the units of this group. So if you want to go back into the past a little bit and learn about different practices of the Lovetarian Way, please go there and share those videos as well.
Yes, definitely. There are multiple lives. There are introductory videos, teachings about what the Lovetarian Way is all about, what the pillar stands for, lives, Q&As, of course, lives with me and Natalia. So amazing tools, even a lot of exercises. Natalia gives a lot of exercises, and there's a heart-brain coherence. Yes, yes. Heart-brain coherence life.
Which is actually so useful in helping you not to worry and calm your system down.
Yes.
Release all those stress hormones and really balance yourself and be in the present moment. So please go back there, right? So now, without further ado, let's focus on the topic at hand. Why worrying is creating what you do not want. Cecile, why is that?
Well, in this society, I've always learned to feel guilty or to worry. That's how we've been brought up. That's how do you call it? Yeah, the socialization, everybody around you. It's a norm. It's something you do, because if you don't do it, it's in some people's minds abnormal. And sure, I worried a lot in the past. And while I was worrying, I was creating actually what I was worrying about.
So
Because it's something.
let's stop here for a second and let's explain the mechanism.
Yes.
How do you know? And by the way, for those of you guys who don't know us, I was Cecile's coach for a while. We have been working together for a very long time. We've been friends for a long time. And Cecile, I'm the founder of the group. Cecile is the lovely admin in the group. And we believe we're creating this thing together with all of you guys, of course. So Cecile and I, we're the power team. Other, of course, helpers as well. However, we would be the core. And then we have all of you guys, which we would love that you participate more and more and more, right? So, Cecile, what have you learned? Why you say that when you worry, you create? How is that?
Because of I can't think of the name, the power of co-creation.
Algorithm
I think
creation.
algorithm. Algorithm.
What was
Algorithm of
the name that
co-creation
came to me? Yeah.
is I'm thinking a negative thought in my mind because I'm worrying about finances, for example. That was a big worry for us. And thinking about it constantly actually never brought me anything positive because I wasn't attracting anything positive. Because in the algorithm of co-creation, if you think, you act, you will receive. So I thought like a worry, I acted like a worry, and I received like a worry. So instead of bringing finances to me and having not worrying thoughts about my finances, I created things that I didn't want to create. I created it more debt. I created it bills that we couldn't pay. And when we were started coaching together, you showed me there's a different way. And I was starting to read books. For example, one of the books my mom gave me, and Neuronymous Zones from Wayne Dyer. I had it for years, but I wasn't ready to read it. Then when I was ready, I read it and I thought, wow, in one chapter, he's explaining about the fact that why worrying and guilt make you you immobilize yourself instead of being mobile in the present moment, that you can do something, because guilt is something from the past and worrying is something in the future. So you can't change both things, you know? And I thought, there's no sense. So yes, I started listening to you about the rhythm algorithm of co-creation, starting to change those worries into positive thinking, into I remember, what did I say? Oh yes, for example, I said, thank you for the money that's coming to us from known sources, unknown sources, and thank you for all the money I've had throughout my life. And I started giving thanks for the bills I already paid, for all the things that costed money but I already had, for the food in my house. And because that changed, I started attracting clients. I started attracting jobs. There was no sense to worry because I was attracting so many good things in my life, because I changed the algorithm of co-creation in my mind from worrying to other thoughts.
Exactly. So let's refresh, if people don't know even, let's tell them what this algorithm of co-creation is. Do you remember the formula?
Formula, sorry. No, yeah. I'm just blank at the moment.
You know what happens? You have been practicing it for so long that you don't need to remember the formula, because it's been so many years that you just do it. It becomes automatic. And that is the idea. We are creatures of habit. So what we have done with Cecile and different clients of mine, that once you repeat certain things, you know, and you become present with those things and you start living it on daily basis, it becomes like driving. I mean, you drive a car, you don't need to think about it, what to do anymore, right? It just happens.
I don't think about it anymore. It's natural to me.
Exactly. And that would be the beautiful thing, when you can consciously understand, like really bring the light of awareness and understand, okay, the way I think actually matters, because
Yes.
you know, life happens all the time and we cannot control life, but we can really focus in the moment and become present and pause for a moment and become present observers of our thoughts. And when we become present observers of our thoughts, we can become participators and we can influence the process. I'm not saying that it's going to be 100% all the time perfect, but the more we do it, the better it will become. So the algorithm is basically to, first of all, look at the thoughts that you're thinking. And everybody can do it. Everybody is thinking person and can stop and say, hey, look around. What is my life looking like? Am I loving what I'm having, what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, or not? And what thoughts am I thinking, right?
Agree. Completely agree. It's just the for me it became so natural, but in the beginning it was not natural at all. I had to really stop and start shifting my thoughts.
But more than 90% of people, they have absolutely no idea that they actually have the power to stop and look at their thoughts. They think, oh, it just happens, right? It is what it is. It's not mine. It's whatever. It's something separate from us, or it's something automatic that happens by default. So what we're suggesting is that you can actually influence this automation. But first of all, you need to create new habits. So you will have better habits, automatic behaviors later on. But first you need to stop and reprogram yourself, because what you do right now, if you're not doing it consciously, all that has been instilled into you when you were a little kid. When you didn't know anything, you just got things from your parents, from society, from school. And if you're 50 years old now and you have never done the conscious work, that's what you are replaying, correct?
Yeah, you're replaying what you've been taught instead of being present, because so many people at the moment are not present. They're just on autopilot.
I would say that a lot of people are like ships on the sea, and sea, meaning the world right now, is very stormy. And if you do not know how to navigate your own thoughts, OMG, you've got a problem.
Yeah.
You've got a problem, because you're going to be swept away by the storms of fear, negativity, all this control that is happening right now. We're not going to get into it, but I mean, any conscious person can see that what is happening right now is a modern version of some sort of slavery program, or, whatever word we want to put in it. A lot of us feel like, whoa, it's so out of control. It's completely crazy what is going on, right?
Completely. And on Monday, of course, I sometimes still have days where I'm not 100%. And on Monday, I didn't feel 100%. And we've got some new rules and restrictions. And then I started thinking worrying thoughts. And I thought like, wow. And I got deeper. And then I was like, whoa, no, stop. It's not me. It's not me. And then I started changing. And I talked to some of my friends who are also in the Lovetarian group. And they were like, wow, Cecile, yes, turn it around. You can do it. You can do it. And we did it. And we were chatting away. And it was like, see, I'm so grateful for this. And I'm grateful for that. And because I was saying to myself the things I was grateful for, I had an amazing day.
Yeah.
It changed around.
But you said it at the beginning that, the source of our problem is not necessarily the past or the future, because what happened. And if you can draw wisdom from the past, you're gonna move forward better. But if you're not able, right, to look at your experiences from the past, if you're not able to learn from them without all this emotional load, you're going to be again replaying behaviors, and often fearful ones. Like something happened, you got in shock, you were stressed, and then you're just going to be protecting yourself. You're not going to be trusting anything. You're going to think that life is happening against you, while we believe that life actually happens for you, because every experience, even the perceived negative, tragic ones, they all carry a present and a blessing. But again, we need to be willing to stop, become present, and notice. Right?
And to give an extra tool, what you always taught me is, remember back in the days when I would get stressed or I started worrying, I forgot the one thing that is the most important in life: to breathe.
That is exactly the most perfect tool to become present. Again, in the videos, I mean, there are quite a few, we had talked about breathing a lot. And what we actually do actually, I was doing those first by myself. I always started the session when we would just close our eyes. And this is something we can all do right now, everyone that is here with us. And this is something you can always do, no matter what is going on. Believe you me, 1 minute will make a huge difference for your biochemistry, for your mentality, for everything. But it's just 1 minute. So you can always do it. Always. Even if you're having fight with someone and it's not, life endangering situation, you can say, excuse me, I need a minute.
Yes.
Who knows, maybe they will get inspired. So let's do this, Cecile, right? Let's close our eyes. Everybody here present, please do that. Get comfortable. Sit down comfortably, close your eyes. And what I want you to do is visualize that you are grounded into Mother Earth. There is a beautiful cord red cord that is coming from your root chakra, and it's going down into Mother Earth, so you feel safe and secure on to our mother, because Mother Earth, we are from her. We are made from her elements. So why don't we just lay ourselves and surrender into her, while at the same time we are going to invoke from above our higher self. Everybody has the most wisest part of themselves, which is a higher self. And you imagine that the higher self is descending upon you in a beautiful pillar of light. And that pillar of light is surrounding you, and it's going all the way to the core of Mother Earth. So now, not only are you grounded, but you're also enlightened. And imagine that your best part of you, the protective, loving, all-knowing part, is actually embodying into you. So you are one with the light. You're one with Mother Earth. And your higher self is anchoring in your heart. And to help anchor that, what we're going to do now, we will take 6 very deep breaths. So like a Buddha breath, big belly, and through your nose, and then you will breathe out through your mouth. So while you do the breathing, you visualize all those things that I'm saying, and you can just whisper or think, thank you, all is well, thank you. So you can say it out loud, or you can just do it in your mind. So let's do the 6 breaths. I'm gonna be quiet now. All right. There we go. And of course, you want to do it slowly. When they did statistics and they checked how often people are breathing, most of society is breathing like 15, 20 breaths per minute, which is absolutely way too much. Not only that, it is very shallow, and that creates more stress response. Your body doesn't get oxygenated. Your body has no chance to actually calm down. So in essence, you are living in chronic stress, while the calculation has been made, and throughout history, when they looked at people that are the calmest, actually the most amazing way you can breathe would be deep, slow breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth, like 5.5 times per minute. That's absolutely ideal. So I bet you 100 people on this in this group, out of 100 people, maybe 5 max would actually have that ratio.
Yeah.
Right? I checked and I actually do have it, but this is after years of training. I was rather shallow breather, but I've been doing a lot of work over the last decade. So of course it became automatic. However, most of people, they really underestimate such a simple tool that nature has given us. How do you want to calm down and become present and start being conscious of your thoughts, which will activate the algorithm of co-creation consciously? Become present in the moment by breathing and doing that exercise, and you will feel safe, right?
I feel 100% always safe when I stop for a moment, be conscious, breathe. Even when what you said, when you have a moment where you need to say to someone, stop, just a second, I need a moment for myself. It will throw them sometimes off their game while they have a chance to breathe. So often when you breathe and you get good oxygen through your heart, through your head, to your brain, it changes the outcome often, because anger flows away and love comes back.
Yeah, and a simple biology of this is that you are creating, if you can do this process actually for more than 3 minutes, not much more than that, but if you could do it 3 minutes, first thing in the morning, in the evening, I made a video about this, about the coherence. You'll create the coherence between your heart and your mind. All your systems in your entire body will come to balance. I mean, and you know what? The electromagnetic field of your heart is 5,000 times stronger than that of your brain. So literally, if you know that everything is energy, you are a powerful, energetic, atomic house, it will be radiating all around you. Your kids will feel it, your spouse will feel it, your co-workers will feel it. I mean, and of course, it will influence the world. I mean, honestly, it will.
Yes. And that's why I love in the morning, for example. For me, you recorded it for me, I remember, about being present, about dropping the core to the earth and shining my light. It just takes that moment for me of breath, calmness, getting centered, no worries, nothing. It's just me and the universe, or however you want to call it. It's just me, Mother Nature. It's just being in the present. That's the most relaxing and breathtaking thing for me to do every day.
100%. So that process will calm your thoughts down, will bring you in the present moment, and you can then be very conscious about the emotional state you're in, because the algorithm is really to look at what thoughts you're thinking. Those thoughts will invoke, create, attract a feeling, right? Like, oh, I'm worried about money. What you're doing? You're freaking out, right?
Yeah.
So if you can calm down, automatically you'll start neutralizing that freaky feeling, because right in this moment you cannot be afraid. I mean, unless you're in some disastrous situation, you will not have time to worry about algorithm creation or activated in any way. We're talking about normal life, and most of the society lives in a chronic stress, and it's absolutely not necessary, because things happen. That's life. Welcome to planet Earth.
Life. Yeah.
That's life. So you do have the power to become present and conscious and look at the thoughts, and then look at your emotional state. And the thought plus the feeling, it will create emotion, and you will become activated. You will change your state, because let's face it, not every single thought is creative, because we're thinking what 60,000 thoughts. So if you would be creating like this, then trees would be growing around you, and earth would be going crazy, and houses would go on fire, and you would jump off the roof. That's just not possible. But if you keep thinking the same thoughts over and over and over again, they become the dominant state in which you are. And from that state, my friends, we are then taking actions, and those actions creating results that we live. So if you would look at this equation, it's the thought plus the energy of a feeling, which gives power to that thought, right? And puts us in emotional state. From that state, we take action. And as we take our actions, aka decisions we make, that's the life, yeah?
Because we're taking 100% responsibility.
Then now, as a pillar one of the Lovetarian Way is taking 100% responsibility for our life. And what can we take 100% responsibility for? Our thoughts, our words, our actions, right? Enough with the victim mentality. I mean, honestly, we have been dealt different cards. Some of us were born into the most amazing circumstances and they managed to screw it up. Some of them didn't. Some of us were born into horrible circumstances. They turned it around. Some of us were born in horrible situation and are still victims. And 90% of society, I'm sorry to say, is living in that victim state, but we don't need to. This is actually, honestly, if I were just to call it by human name, it would be offensive to your divinity. We are divine beings. Everybody's a creator. It's just to remember, hello, you are powerful, right?
Yes, that's another tool you actually showed me, which was when I was first starting to change my thoughts around and working with the algorithm of co-creation. I remember that you gave me the tool of, for example, if I had to face something that I was worrying about, I told myself in the mirror that I love myself and I was a goddess. I was a tiger. I could be here. No, I could be. I wanted to be here. I'm a divine. I can't even remember. So many amazing things came up to me and it gave me such a big boost that everything was already gone again.
Exactly.
All the worrying.
So another thing that is connected with the thought is the power of your word, because how do we vocalize our thoughts? By speaking. And we are reminded by spiritual teachers in spirit and in body all the time that your word is the creative tool. We create by the power of the light, love, and the word, the sound.
Yeah.
Right? So you really want to become conscious and observe not only your thoughts, but how you speak. Because how you speak is what you think. Okay, sometimes people say, it doesn't matter because I'm thinking differently. I'm not being authentic. I'm fake. I'm putting a mask on. Well, great for you. However, it all matters. And words, my friends, don't make a mistake about it. They are really powerful things and they can break. Actually, words did break hearts. They created wars, right?
Yeah.
They created conflicts and horrible things. So you want to become, it's like Miguel Ruiz, one of the most amazing teachers, says, the five, what is it, not 5 rules, 5 commandments, I forgot. But the first one is, or the second one is, be impeccable with your word. He's got those amazing rules, and one of them is be impeccable with your word. The book I have here, actually, I don't know if you can see it, The Divine Sophia, and You Can Heal Your Life. All those books that I have here are all about speaking as well as thinking, right? And how it actually matters what you speak, because this is your power. It's like, be true to your word, right?
Yes.
It's like Gandhi said, I believe, if your thoughts, if your feelings, if your actions, they're in alignment, then you can have true happiness. If you don't, so you say one thing, you think another thing, you do another thing, there's an inner conflict. The body cannot really produce to the maximum and cannot really give you the most amazing results. You can't have the most amazing life if you're just fake. That will blow up sooner or later. Straight in your face, right?
Like Dr. Len would say, shit will hit the fan.
Right. Dr. Len, by the way, is the one that is famous for introducing Ho'oponopono to the Western world. And Ho'oponopono is another wonderful tool. I've been practitioner for a few years now, and it's one of the most amazing tools actually that helped me heal, right? Ho'oponopono is this ancient Hawaiian technique it's a mantra where you say 4 sentences. I love you, thank you, please forgive me, I'm sorry. And you can say it in whichever order you want, but basically what you are doing, you first of all taking 100% responsibility for everything in your life, meaning if Cecile pisses me off, okay, she might be doing it, but I need to take 100% responsibility for my emotional or otherwise response to what she's doing. I can get into a conflict, or I can just be calm, composed, and it will influence her at some level, and she will chill.
And breathe.
Or not. But the point is, everything in life is really a reflection of what is going on inside of us. So all those, things on the outside, I mean, we are all co-creators. We have come to this planet. It's not a coincidence that we are here right now. We have signed up for it, people. So don't make a mistake about it, thinking that, oh, it's an accident or you are a victim or whatever. No, if you're here right now, chances are you're a very courageous soul with all the stuff that is going on. We came here so we can change ourselves so that we can influence the world and bring more light. That's why we have this group, right?
That's why we want everybody to share it with everyone, because we just want to light up the world, the Lovetarian way. Everything is about love, light, and words. And if we speak words of love, how amazing would it be? All wars would be solved. Everything will be solved because love turns everything into love.
But it all starts at this very granular level. You need to really love yourself, because you are co-creator of reality. It stems out of you. So if you have a lot of poo-poo within your consciousness, it will show. And I can give you countless examples of clients, friends who are really not taking responsibility for themselves. And you could just see it like a reflection of whatever is going on within them. Some people, you know them. It's like shit always happens to them. It's like always happens to them. And then there are those that are supposedly born with the, golden spoon or whatever you call it. Well, is it so, or is it that their mentality is different?
Well, I remember when I wasn't taking responsibility for my life, I attracted the poo-poo. And when you taught me all the other things, you taught me how to breathe, how to share my love, how to love myself on the first place. Still working on that daily basis, because it's not something you do once and you can quit. No, you do it on the daily basis. You love yourself. You say loving words to yourself. So many things that changed me, and it changed my life, and it changed my outcome, and it affected my family. It affected my friends. It's, again, so beautiful to see. Yeah.
To all the warriors here, warriors, not warriors, but warriors, those that really mope and complain and worry a lot. Nobody knows enough to be a pessimist. I love that saying, because how dare you? How dare you be negative? Honestly, are you God? Yes, we are all part of God. But are you God, the divine mother, the creator? It's like life can change in a moment. Cecile, tell me, why is it so easy for people to believe that they can die any moment, but they can't believe that magic and miracles can come to them in a moment too, and then everything can turn around?
I seriously don't know, because I believe in miracles. I see everything as a miracle. I don't see everything as negative or death. And sure, sometimes I have those thoughts, but I just can't believe that people have those thoughts. While, for example, you hit your toe, but on the other hand, maybe you hit your toe because something else was happening, so you had to grab it, or there's always something, it's maybe a weird, and how do you call that? I can't remember the word in Dutch. I can only remember the Dutch.
But you're totally right, and this is all about our attitude. I give you an example. My family, my parents, my brothers. I wouldn't call them necessarily the kings and queens of positivity, but they have learned a lot. And as I have changed, as I said to you guys, the more we change, the more the world on the outside will change. So my family had changed as well. And now recently, just a few days ago, my brother was in a shop, and some drunk person started to throw bottles on their car, and they broke the window and damaged the car. So my brother came back, called the police and everything. And we were like, oh, why is this that shit is always happening? But then we thought, is it now? What if he actually talked back and got into a fight? What if there would be somebody that would be damaged? What if that accident happened because it had to slow him down from something worse happening? Yes. You really can literally train yourself. When you know the algorithm, you can train yourself to make it more positive, more uplifting. And when you start doing this on consistent basis, very soon the changes will happen, and all of a sudden you become much more lucky and blessed. And this is a guarantee. This is like 100% money back guarantee. I would tell everybody, if they make an effort for a month to do their best, to turn any negative thought around, to make everything into a blessing, to focus on gratitude, oh my gosh, this is guaranteed that the life will change for everyone. True?
100% true. Definitely. Because for me, when I was in the worrying state, I got more poo-poo. And when I became in the other state, I saw everything as a miracle, like pillar 3, everything is a miracle in life. It depends on how you see it. Of course, you can see the world from 2 ways, but I prefer to see it as a miracle. I love sitting on my balcony and thinking like, is my balcony perfect? No, I still want to do work on it, but I can hear the birds. I can sit in the sun. Wow, I have a chair to sit on. Oh, I love it. I have a drink next to me, my favorite tea in a most amazing, beautiful cup, because I'm a cup lover. I need to have mugs. Yeah. those things are miracles for me, and change my thoughts from worrying to positive other thoughts. And I change my um, algorithm of co-creation, and then all other things come by. The birds come sit next to you. I see butterflies coming around. I see bees. I'm like, wow.
But you to be able to see magic in your life, you need to be willing to believe it. You need to be willing to notice. It's not like, it's like that joke when the guy went to heaven after he was drowning and said, God save me, God save me, and then 3 boats are coming and he's like, no, God will save me, I don't want to get on a boat. And then he dies, goes to heaven, and he said, why didn't you save me? And God said, well, I sent you 3 boats. So we're very narrow thinking, right? We have an idea that this has to be this way, but who says that the thing that just happens is not a blessing? But who is going to see the blessing? You will, or you won't.
Yeah, I can only recommend, be open for any blessing. See everything as a blessing.
100%. And people might say, oh, this Natalia and this Cecile, they are just so airy-fairy and everything is just like perfect. Well, if you really start looking at our life and go deep, you will see there have been financial ruin, there have been cancer diagnoses, there have been broken hearts, there have been in my case also 20 years eating disorder, all sorts of things. And we have not had the most the life. And I grew up in communist Poland where everything was gray and shitty and no opportunity and struggle. That's the spirit I have been brought up in. I had to show my parents a way as a later young adult to be a more positive person, because they have very suspicious nature. Everything is a threat, everything very entrepreneurial they are, but they also very suspicious, right? Like the shit is about to come, the shoe is about to drop. It's that mentality. So it's a training, and you are in your family as well. Your mom has been doing a lot of work as well, and as I was doing more work, my mom started to do some work later on in life. So it's never too late, right? You can always change. Like I have no
My
money
sister.
for rent. Like you didn't have money for rent. We were in those situations. I didn't have money to eat.
No. Yeah. And then when something happened in our living situation, for example, where we were living, we were kicked out. And it was like, no. And I thought like, no, I'm not going to worry. Not going to worry. And because I changed my thoughts, at the same day I got the letter that we were being thrown out by the circumstances of the landlord, we got that same day a house. And on Friday we signed a contract. And I thought, but I don't have income, I don't have work. And I thought, no, not going to worry. It's going to happen. See the miracles, change my thoughts. And Jeff got a job. I got a job. I got multiple job offers. I was like, wow, thank you. So many doors opened. And you think it's a negative thing that you're being thrown out. But if you change the thought, it made me only better. It gave me more opportunities. It made my family so much calmer. It made even the teacher said something about my daughters, like, what happened? Because before the summer, she was a totally different person, and now she's changed and she dares to speak her thoughts and her mind, and she is so happy-go-lucky, and she changed. And I was like, well, because we moved.
Yeah, right.
So
and kids can really feel it, huh?
Yes. And coming back to the saying words are so powerful, I love to say kind and nice words to my friends and family, and especially to my kids. It's so important. It's so important to be kind and say loving words, because it will only uplift us.
Yeah. So when somebody, if somebody is having horrible life situation at this moment, they can't pay rent, they don't have a job, they're in a bad health, I really encourage them to focus on the breathing, on the blessings that actually do have. If you're still here, there is still a chance. You're still here, right? You're not dead yet. You're still breathing. Therefore, you can co-create differently, period. If they start practicing gratitude and if they start practicing conscious application of the algorithm, meaning you look at your thoughts, see how you're feeling in your life, and you turn it around. And how do you turn around? You start implanting, and it's going to be tough, people. When you start working on your muscle, you will be sore everywhere. And when you start changing those programs that have been there with you oftentimes decades, it will be everything will be going against you. Probably the shit will get even more intense. That's just the law. You start to make changes. Okay, let's see how serious you are about it. World belongs to the brave. Period. That's just how it is. You need to have courage to stand up, right? Don't live a life of quiet desperation, as one of the wise ones said. Just there. We all have this divine spark within us, the divine genome, and we can activate it. We activate it by focusing on this light. You imagine, you visualize the light that is expanding within you, your higher self coming onto you. Never leave the house actually without doing this little process now with the world, with all this crap going on. Always visualize that you're covered with this curtain or a bubble of light and you're grounded in the Mother Earth. And then go out. Say, let thy will be done. Let miracles follow miracles and wonders follow wonders. I'm guided, guarded, divinely protected. I am safe. And then go, right?
Yeah.
And always
we're speaking out of experience. It's not that
this is not book written, read. No, this is life.
Yeah, it's literally what we've ourselves been through. Exactly. We've experienced it and we've changed it. So that it's not that we're saying something we've read in a book or we wrote in a book. No, we've literally lived it.
We have been living it. We are it right now, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So if you are in that situation, use all those tools. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to the newsletter, we have the free newsletter. Send an email to natalia@nataliaph.com. We can also send you a beautiful meditation I recorded, Heaven on Earth. It will help you calm down. It will help you visualize what you want more. And of course, people, let's face it, YouTube. Go to Google, look for positive stuff. Oh my God. Do whatever you can to feel better. And what is better if not laughter? Look at some funny videos of animals, some goofy stuff. Laughter will heal you. It will increase the positive chemistry in your body. It will release cortisol and all the stress hormones. So your job is to really become present and conscious and make those changes. And not, every 10th day, every single hour of every single day. Because that's what it takes. And that's why people say it's not so easy. Of course, it's not easy. It's very simple, but it's not easy because you're in the grip of the biochemistry of fear and worry and moping and all of that, right?
It's maybe not easy, but it's so worth it.
It's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
It's definitely worth it. And we challenge everybody to share their stories with us, maybe ask questions, tell us what your concerns are, and we will be very happy to answer. Watch the videos that we have recorded. I mean, we are not exactly doing this for profit, no? This is all share because we want this to grow. We want the light to spread. We want people to be uplifted. And also, when we do this for you guys, we are getting uplifted. So it's not so, altruistic. We are very much selfish. We're doing this because it makes us feel good. We feel like we contribute. And ultimately, what is life all about? It's not, you're not going to take your Porsche or your millions of dollars with you when you go. You take your memories, you take the energy, you will leave some legacy of memories, right?
It's a win-win-win situation.
100%. So
it's a win for us.
Good for you.
Yeah, good for the world.
100%. So, we're doing this because we love it. We love you. We love ourselves. And we really want to be one of those millions of light workers that are contributing to the betterment, because we know that we can co-create heaven on earth, but it takes us to be in unity and all of us to implement the Lovetarian Way pillars, which are taking responsibility. Pillar 1. Pillar 2,
the golden rule: don't do upon what
others what you
in Dutch.
Be a good dude, basically, and do that.
Sorry, het is doe niet wat op een ander wat u ook niet geschieden zal willen. Oh, and I'm even mixing it up. And pillar 3, of course, seeing everything as a miracle.
And pillar 4, nourish yourself, your body, your mind, and spirit with Lovetarian nourishment. Breath, beautiful plant food, beautiful laughter, beautiful breathing, as we said, connection with nature, water, water, water. People, your favorite drink must be water. You can bless your water, you can pray on your water, and then take it in your body. It will become like a healing, anti-aging elixir. It works.
Yes, I love it. I have my glass is empty. I already drank it.
Exactly. And we are influenced by electromagnetism everywhere. The Wi-Fi, telephones, TV, everything. I have in my house everywhere salt lamps. We have those little buttons on the phones. And of course, you visualize all those waves. We just seeing like rainbow and light, and we do our spells, and we say my good comes to me from everywhere and everyone, because again, your attitude defines everything, and if you can believe it, you really can achieve it. It's like Napoleon Hill said, whatever your mind can believe and conceive, it can achieve. And there are really not very many limits, in that field.
That's when I watch with the kids, for example, Mary Poppins, that's one of my favorite quotes. She's like, everything is possible, even the impossible.
Exactly. And even the word, if you're going to be funny, it says impossible, right? Impossible. Depends how you put that.
Impossible.
Exactly. So again, it all comes down to what is in here and what is in here. And if you can balance the two, OMG, you're going to radiate like a atomic factory of light. Okay, any last words, woman? We have been chatting for 45 minutes, so as always, we have gone over.
Yes, for me, the most important thing I want to share with you all, please breathe. So important.
Read the book called Breath by Jane Nestor. If you're logical and you need some evidence why you need to breathe and what it will do for you, read the book. It's one of the latest ones on breath and very well researched. It's called Breath by James Nestor. Brilliant. You can just go to YouTube and watch some of his videos when he gives you breathing exercises and why you need to breathe. If you don't know by now why, he will tell you why.
So yes, just breathe and please share our content so we can just light up the world, the Lovetarian way, and we can keep shining our light and keep sharing our love we have for everyone.
Exactly. With those final words, we send blessings, love and light, and just people become present, breathe, and do all the processes. And please rewatch the videos and share, because if you're going to do this good work, you will also feel better. Simple as that, once again. So be selfish in a way that you're so good and you do good things and it will make you feel good. Right?
Self-love. Yes.
Unconditionally.
Definitely.
So thank you so much for tuning in, guys. And this is going to be put by our lovely Cecile in the next unit, which is like unit 14, I believe. So you'll do it today, right?
Is it 14? I thought it was 13, Natalia and you and me live. So we're gonna.
Oh yeah, we have all the videos with the both of us are in unit 16, because up until then I was doing it by myself. But then I thought, hey, it will be fun to have a little dynamic interaction with Cecile. So we started together. Yeah, and also, yeah, so she will put it in there, and what we want you to do is just share. And the last word is that soon in February, I'm going to be putting a small group together when we will do little coaching. So if any of you guys is interested, pencil it in February, and we'll just have some fun. We'll meet on Zoom once per week, and we're going to work deep, how to talk and walk the walk of the Lovetarian way, and really get the most amazing Lovetarian Way experience.
I say yes.
Yes, stay tuned and we will send the details soon. Now this video is going to be in the group, so if you haven't seen it, then please see it and comment and share. So we send you once again lots of love, and we will see you in February because it's almost end of the month.
Ciao.
Ciao.